to the So Essential vlog. Today I'm bringing you one of my favourite types of vlogs, which is a fabric haul vlog. So we've added quite a few new fabrics to the website recently. You can see some of them here behind me, and as always I've made suggestions for patterns that I would pair them with, all of which you can find on our website, and the links to our website is below. We've also added a new feature on the website where there's little labels now on the newly added products or the newly added fabrics. That just makes them really easy for you to find. And I've also tried to think about transitioning between seasons, because we're obviously still in that horrible Baltic freezing cold month that is February, but you know, spring is just around the corner. So I've tried to think of ways that you can make these fabrics and make your handmade garments work for you between and across the seasons. And before I start, as always, I'll just mention what I'm wearing. So this is my Tilly and the Buttons Orla blouse. It's a really lovely pattern. It was one of the first things that I made when I first started dressmaking. We've got the pattern on our website. Just a lovely snowdrop collar. There's an exposed zip at the back, which you can just see there. I chose to go for the monochrome option, but there are options without a collar. And with long sleeves as well, so there's quite a few different looks that you can gain from that pattern, and it's a really well drafted pattern. It all came together really well and fitted really well, so that was great. And I made it in our Prestige Crepe, which is a beautiful crepe that from Kaldor, comes in a range of colours, and it just feels like such a good quality fabric. It washes beautifully, wears beautifully, just can't recommend that highly enough. And then I've paired it with my Kaldor black Scuba skirt, which you've probably seen if you tune into the vlog regularly, and certainly if you follow the blog. So those are the things I'm wearing today. Again, you'll find details of those on the blog, and the links to that are below. So without further ado, I'll crack on with the new fabrics. The first ones that I'm going to share with you are Viscose Fabrics. So they are lovely, drapey and lightweight, as you would expect of a beautiful viscose fabric. So this one here, you can see lovely movement, lovely drape, perfect for dresses, blouses, that sort of thing. The floral design on it is absolutely gorgeous, I'm sure you'll agree. The berry tones have been very, very popular in the winter, and I think in terms of while it's still cold, if you made a Holic pendrel blouse in this fabric, I think that would work really well. And in the cold winter months, you could pair that with a black skirt and some black tights and a cardigan. But then as things warm up a bit, you could pair it with a lighter coloured skirt. You could go for strappy shoes. You know, you wouldn't need a cardigan with it. So I think it could transition really well across the seasons. And yeah, just a really, really beautiful design on that. And the pendrel blouse has quite a few different options for sleeve variations and things as well. So it's definitely on my to make list for this year. The next one is also a viscose fabric. So this one, I really like this. It's just really unusual. If there's anybody out there that isn't that into florals, this is a nice alternative. So it's a geometric design. So there's little circles. If I hold it up to the camera, you'll be able to see the little circles on it. I think it's definitely got quite a 70s vibe. It's got orange and green in it. It's just a really, really nice, unusual fabric, and I think this would work really well made up into a blouse. Again, would be my choice. And I think Simplicity 1280 would be my choice. So it's a blouse with a crossover at the front, and it's got like a little keyhole cut out at the front there. Again, there's options for long sleeves or shorter sleeves, but personally I think the long sleeves would work really well, and I would wear that with my favourite dark denim skinny jeans and some tan coloured boots for a winter look. But then if we started to get some nicer weather, I think it would work well with a denim skirt or jeans, but with maybe some wedges or open toe sandals. I think all of those options could work really well. So they're the couple of viscose fabrics I wanted to talk you through. Then I'm going to go on to our polyester fabrics. So the first one is this one, which I have got my eye on, and I definitely want to make a dress with this, and it is actually the next project on my list that I'm going to tackle. I'm just finishing off some pull-on jeans at the moment, and then I'm going to be tackling this this project. But yeah, it's a John Kaldor Ashla fabric, so it's a polyester. It's got quite a good weight to it. It's still very drapey, got plenty of movement there, as you can see. But it's a matte fabric, but I'd say there's a sort of slight sheen to it. It's just really lovely. It's that beautiful quality that you expect with John Kaldor, and I'm sure you'll agree. The colours and the design are just absolutely stunning. So my choice for this fabric is New Look 6095, which is just a really simple sort of shift dress pattern, and I've made that before. I made it a couple of years ago in a chambray fabric, but I thought actually I think it could work really well in that fabric. And again, I would be able to wear that with thick black tights and black ankle boots in the winter, but then when the summer comes round, I'd be able to wear it with my strappy heels. I've got some lovely pewter strappy heels that I think I'd wear that with. I definitely think that's a wedding worthy fabric, so if you've got any special events coming up in the summer, that could have your name on it. So yeah, I really got a lot of love for the John Kaldor Ursula fabric. And then also from John Kaldor, oh, that comes in 2 colourways as well, I should mention. So there's another colourway which I think has got blue and black in it, so it's a bit more muted, so that's on the website as well. And then we've also got the John Kaldor Peas Blossom fabrics. We've got a couple of colourways of this one. I know this is going to fly out of the door because the navies and creams or combinations always do. Everybody always loves them. They're just so wearable, aren't they? So Peas Blossom is a matte fabric. It's a polyester. Again, it's got plenty of movement and drape, perfect for dresses and blouses and that sort of thing. So my plans for this one, if I'm able to make something with it before it all goes, it is to make a pussy bow blouse by Sew Over It Patterns. I just think that would look really lovely, and again would transition really nicely across the seasons. And that fabric is also available in another colourway, which is like, it's kind of like a dark tealy sort of colour with a black pattern, the same pattern on it but in black. So that's really nice as well. So yeah, they're both available on the website. And then the next fabric that I want to talk you through is a real goodie. This is just amazing. I love it. Just the colours are fantastic. It's just really unusual. It's the whole tropical theme, which is going to be massive again this year. You know, everything's tropical. Everywhere I look, homewares are tropical, fashion's tropical, so that this definitely fits really well with that trend. So this is it's described as a polyester crepe fabric, but it's almost the sort of weight of a Scuba, not quite as heavy as that, but it's got a good weight to it. It's not as sort of lightweight as some crepes or polyesters would be, but there's still a good amount of body. There's a good amount of body, but there's a good amount of movement and drape in it as well. So the thing that I think this would work really well in is I would be tempted to make a pencil skirt in that, and McCall's 3830 is always my go-to pattern if I want to make a pencil skirt. I've made one before using it, and it's just a fantastic pattern. It's really simple, comes together really easily, and the fit was really good for me. Obviously it's different for everybody, but you know, I had to make very little adjustments to it, which is quite unusual for me. And it also comes with 5 variations for the length as well, so you've got lots of different options there depending on how long you want your skirt. And I just think, yeah, you could pair that with, you know, with a nice plain top and some strappy shoes in the summer. It probably is more of a summery fabric, this one, but you know, it's always good to plan ahead and get organised. So yeah, that's one that I'm really enthusiastic about as well. The next one I want to talk to you about is this one, which is, in terms of the type of fabric, it's very similar to the last one I've told you about. So it's a polyester crepe again. However, it's it's got a good amount of body, and it's got it's a little bit more heavyweight than you would expect from a crepe. It's not a heavy fabric, but it's just not as sort of floaty as some of the crepes you might come across. But again, a lot of drape and movement in that fabric, so although it's kind of a little bit heavier, it's still got plenty of movement. It's not stiff by any stretch of the imagination. I just think the design on this is absolutely gorgeous as well. I mean, it just screams English countryside, beautiful meadows, beautiful English wildflowers. Just let you have a little closer look at that. So yeah, really lovely colourway as well, and the thing that I think would work really well in this is Vogue 9267, which is it's a pattern that's got cup sizes, which is a really good selling point. So you've got options for various different cup sizes with this dress, so you can get a really good fit. There's options for a fit and flare dress, which has got a lovely neckline with a little sort of V at the front there, really unusual. But then there's also options as well for like a fitted shift dress, a fit and flare dress with sleeves. There's quite a few different variations on that, and I think this fabric would work really well with any of those options really, and would look really, really beautiful. Be the perfect party dress for sort of any occasion really. So yeah, that's that one. And then on to another crepe, polyester, sorry. Now this one is more like your sort of what you would expect from polyester fabric. It's lighter and got less body than those last two that I spoke to you about. Again, lots of very, very fluid, lots of movement. And I just think this one, it's just the design on it is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I think everybody's going to love this. It's just got these gorgeous little birds on it. Just trying to give you a bit of a close-up there. Just a really, really pretty design. The birds are so beautiful, they're so cute, everybody loves them. And the colours are really lovely as well. Now that fabric I thought would work really well, as Alberta have just released some new patterns, and I was really, really impressed with a lot of the designs actually. It was a really good new season release from Burda, so they're all on our website under Burda and then under the new season section. But yeah, for that dress in particular, I thought 6439 could work really well. So it's one of the new designs, and it's a fairly sort of fitted silhouette, but it's got back wing sleeves, and I just think that would work really well in that drapey fabric. I think it would make a really lovely feminine dress that would be ideal for, you know, any night out, to a nice restaurant or somewhere, or you might want to wear it to a wedding or a special occasion like that. But I just think it would be a really nice combination with that fabric. And then onto another polyester fabric. This one is a polyester satin. So it's got, as you'd expect from satin, it's got that satiny, silky smooth feel. It's got a definite sheen to it. And again, this is just another really beautiful design. So it's dark background with the florals. There's a few little cheeky birds hiding in there as well. I just think the colour combinations are really lovely as well. And we do know that dark florals are here to stay. They've been incredibly popular in the last few years, and they're definitely still very much out there on the catwalks. So the dress that I thought that would work really well with that fabric is the Holic Patterns Yale Town wrap dress. So you can make a dress or a top with this pattern, and my experience of Holic Patterns has always been really, really good. Really clear instructions, well drafted, just come together really nicely. But this dress in particular I thought would work well. In fact, it's quite the fabric in terms of colourway that they've got on their images for that pattern is very, very similar to this one, and it looks really nice. So it's a wrap dress, but the skirt doesn't wrap, so it's just wrapped across the bodice, and then the skirt is a normal skirt, so you're never going to have that worry of walking down the street on a spring day with a brisk sudden, you know, blow of wind. You're not going to have that worry of flashing everything to everybody, because the skirt isn't a wrap, it's just the bodice. So I thought that was a really clever design idea actually. And then there is an option to make a top as well with that pattern. Either of those I think would work really, really well with that fabric. And then on to our cotton lawns. So we've added a couple more cotton lawns to our range. If you haven't seen our cotton lawn range yet, you need to get on and have a look, because there are so many beautiful designs, and it is such gorgeous fabric. It's smooth and soft. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's got lovely drape and movement again. Just really lovely. I made a skirt in one of the cotton lawns last year, and I wore it all summer long. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, the tropical theme we know is going to be really big again this year, and this fits in really nicely with that. So you can see you've got the tropical leaves and tropical birds on this. I just think it's so gorgeous, such a lovely fabric. So this one we've got, and we've also got this one, which is kind of a variation really. It's not exactly the same design, but it's quite similar. There's no birds on this one, it's just leaves, but I think both of those are really lovely. And my sort of temptation with those, I think a jumpsuit would work really well. So the pattern that I chose was Simplicity 8146, which is quite a loose fitting jumpsuit. It looks like it's got an elasticated waist, so it sort of bags over at the top. Just nice, comfortable thing to make really for the summer, and I think it would work really well in either of those fabrics. And then next I'm just going to go on to a couple of new jerseys that we've had in stock. So this one is a John Kaldor, so it's a John Kaldor Porsche fabric. So the Porsche fabrics, it's got a lot of stretch in it, so it's a jersey. It's got a really good amount of stretch. I'll just try and show you that. It's got good stretch and good recovery, so it'll stretch, it'll give quite a lot in both directions, but it does recover really well as well. And it has got like almost, it's not a sheen, but it's a very sort of silky feel to the fabric. And again, the blue and white colour combination is always super popular, so I know this one will go really well. With this fabric, I thought that a Dartmouth top by Cashmerette Patterns could work really well. So Cashmerette Patterns are designed for a curvier figure. But I thought that, you know, if that's something you're looking for, that fabric I think would look really nice as the Dartmouth top. So it's just like it's a wrap top really, with different options for the sleeves, long sleeves and short sleeves, and it's got a V-neck at the front as you'd expect. But I also thought as well, again, the Burda range that I talked about earlier, there was one pattern that really jumped out of me from that range, which was Burda 6443. And again, it's a wrap dress, so I realise there's a few wrap dresses in this video, but they are well and truly here to stay. They've been really popular. They were last year and they're going to be again this year, so might as well embrace the trend. But yeah, this is a wrap dress by Burda, and it looks to me like it's the same sort of design as the Yale tone dress that I spoke about earlier from Holic. So whilst the bodice wraps across, the skirt, it looks like it's a normal skirt, so you're not going to have that flapping open problem. But yeah, that pattern I just think looks really lovely. I think it worked really well in that fabric as an alternative to the Dartmouth top. And then finally, the last jersey that I want to show you is this black jersey with spots on it. So if you can I can see that you can just about see those spots shimmering in the light. I just think that's a really nice, unusual fabric. So they're like sparkling and glistening in the light. It's really lovely. Again, it's a jersey fabric, and there is a good amount of stretch in this one as well, so I'll just show you that. So you can see there's a good amount of stretch in there, more across the width I would say there. But yeah, it's really lovely, and Angela is currently working with this fabric and making a Gertie wrap top. So it's Butterick 6285 is the pattern. And yeah, we just thought that would have a really nice sort of retro vibe to it. The wrap top made up in this black spotty jersey fabric. So that's a quick sort of rundown of them. As I say, there's other alternative colourways on the website, and we have got more fabrics coming to the website very, very soon, so stay tuned for those. I hope that you've enjoyed it today. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.